That's why a lot of these celebrities that start these things, they can't keep up. You know, like the Meghan Markles.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, guys, you don't got to do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
I knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
Don't make yourself cry. Oh, I do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time?
Most of Meghan Markle's yacht girl pics have been scrubbed from the internet.
There was a tape about her.
And I saw it.
What do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise them.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness.
But they can't make money off the royal family.
So why did you say yes to doing this show?
Because it's you. And to me, that means...
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
There's evidence that suggests that she went on Epstein's yacht at the same time as Prince Andrew.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled. She became a, quote, princess.
It's all bull.
And in the tape, she's performing a act on him that's unbelievable.
Picture this twist. Meghan Markle looks misty on podcasts, signs gift cards with a royal style she does not hold, and staffers keep heading for the exit. The headlines boom, but the plot runs under the surface. Think lawsuits, angry comment storms, and old rumors that refuse to sit down. One tag sticks to her like glue, the Duchess of Drama, since every week seems to drop a new spark. Some folks even joke they would sooner call Gayle King a real astronaut than call Meghan authentic. Hold that thought because the next beat turns the volume up.
This woman looks to me like a malignant narcissist. This woman has zero self-awareness.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now. You know, Meghan, how are you today? Which, by the way, I just have to say, yes.
Enjoy them.
I forgot to have fun. You're right. You're right.
Now to that 2-hour sit down with Jamie Kern-Lima, a billionaire founder and a polished motivator who tells stories about grit and faith. The teaser promised heart and honesty, a chat that would feel warm and real. What landed felt off-key. The setup looked staged, even more than the neat Netflix kitchen everyone remembers. Watch the clip. Meghan lists famous friends, pumps her image, and treats her own show like a mirror, which flips the promise of truth into something glossy. The result is a performance that asks viewers to feel, then makes them wonder what is real.
Welcome to Jamie Kern-Lima show.
She called the show a first of its kind, a personal reveal. She said it feels like a hug in your ears, that your mind, spirit, and heart all whisper, wow. Then she praised Jamie's eyes and spoke about seeing light around her, like a bright halo only she could notice. Meghan dabbed at her eyes and sounded choked up while talking about heavy pressure. But the camera told a sharper story. Viewers saw the motions of crying, not the tears. Social media jumped in. People brought back an old clip where Meghan jokes she can cry on cue, and the side-by-side spread fast.
We're at Soho House, Toronto, which is basically TIG headquarters for me. I write my stories here, I take my meetings here, and it's kind of amazing because all over the world, if I'm traveling, Soho House can still be home base. Don't make yourself cry. Oh, I do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
That old video came flying back and flipped the mood. The podcast tears started to look less like a confession and more like a scene. The frame changed from raw feeling to careful theater. Doubt grew. Viewers leaned closer, not to absorb the message, but to study the choices. What came next would push that doubt even further.
When you were saying, like, do you want to just do like cozies and no makeup? I like the idea of like, okay, great. Let's let them see us.
Nobody talks like that and nobody acts like that because that's weird behavior that we're seeing from both of these people if we're supposed to be thinking under the impression that they're being authentic.
Enter body language analyst Scott Rouse, and his notes tightened the knot. He pointed to quick blinking, stiff muscles, and gestures that did not match the story being told. He called them nonverbal leaks, small signals that can hint at stress or a crafted tale. While Meghan spoke about pain, her face stayed even. The feeling lived in the tone, but her body did not echo it. That split lit up a bigger question. Was this deep hurt in real time or a well-delivered scene meant to stir the room while the mask stayed put?
Do you think you'll be married forever?
Yes.
I have a letter.
He's also a fox. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome. But his heart is even more beautiful.
Something's up here. See that little shoulder shrug when she said yes?
Yes, yes.
Did you hear how high her voice was when she said yes?
Yes.
When we're stressed, our larynx closes up a little bit and our voice tone gets a little bit higher. That's why the pitch of the S is so high.
Rouse's breakdown poured more gas on the fire, and the audience switched from listening to scanning. Every blink, every tiny twitch became a clue to some hidden truth. Meghan also said she writes an email to each child every single night, a time capsule for when they are older. The idea sounds tender, like a future treasure box. Still, many rolled their eyes and said kids today will not read a mountain of emails. To them, it felt like a headline that photographs well, not a habit that lives in real life.
But before I go to bed, almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
They will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
Because that's really what you want when you're 18. 40,000 emails, Maureen, from your mother.
These emails are so that when my children are of age, they can come to me and say, oh my God, you loved us so much. It's me.
Then on the show, a photo flashed. It showed a gift basket from Meghan with a handwritten card signed, Her Royal Highness. There is a catch. She is not allowed to use that style now. One signature turned a simple present into a storm. That picture roared louder than the interview and became the moment everyone shared.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. That is a title that was stripped from her when she and Harry made their whole racism debacle and left the UK, left their royal duties, and moved to the US to bug all of us. She's using it in private with her friends. That's even weirder than if they were still trying to milk the titles in public. That is just like all the confirmation that I need that this woman is just obsessed with being a royal, that is all this was all about. That she's angry that she screwed the pooch by claiming racism and basically getting kicked out of the family. She just can't give up the HRH titles that quickly. Like, this is literally what she has always wanted.
When Meghan and Harry stepped back from royal duties, they lost the right to use those formal styles. Critics called the signature out of touch, and even some supporters cringed. The internet snapped with, "You cannot have it both ways, Meghan." That line stuck to the story and made the choice look like a reach for status without the service that once came with it.
A staggering 2/3 of Brits are calling for Harry and Meghan to be stripped of their HRH titles.
Now, the king can end this feud, but not by shaking hands with this treacherous little weasel, but by stripping him and his wife of the royal titles that they love to use for commercial gain without doing any of the work.
The pushback is not only from comments. The palace can feel the heat from the public square. A recent online poll claimed that about 97% of respondents wanted King Charles to strip the Sussex pair of their titles. True or not, that number echoed across timelines. It shifted the vibe from chatter to a loud verdict and raised the stakes for what the firm might do next.
You can't use your HRH, you can't use royal, and you can't be half in and half out, which is what they wanted.
King Charles has stayed hands-off in public, saying little and moving slow. Behind the scenes, insiders insist Prince William will not blink if, one day, he holds the crown. Reports say he views parts of the couple's behavior as a breach of trust. They say he would cut ties to protect the honor of the crown. Whether that line gets crossed or not, one thing is clear. The split between the Sussexes and the rest of the family is no longer quiet. It is a national stage show and the lights are blazing.
He's a duplicitous, self-centered, vile, disloyal hypocrite.
The tension climbed again when Prince Harry said his family does not have enough personal security. That claim pulled the spotlight back to him. It sparked harder questions about risk, duty, and who should pay. The debate touched nerves about public funds, private wealth, and what safety should look like for people who walked away from official roles.
He blamed pretty much everybody, of course, as usual, other than himself, including his father, the king, who is currently, of course, suffering from cancer.
Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary.
Harry did not want to fund that full protection himself. He wanted the royal setup to cover it. The request failed. He lost that bid, and the ruling fed a fresh wave of drama that now trails every move. The lesson was sharp. Once you step out, the doors you used before do not open the same way.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
Harry's digging an even bigger hole for himself here.
Well, I think he's dug so deep now, he'll strike water any day now.
With noise rising, Meghan tried a reset. Her lifestyle venture shifted from American Riviera Orchard to As Ever. The launch stumbled right away. The name bumped into small companies already using it, which drew pushback from owners who felt boxed out. Then a bigger shadow landed. The logo looked very close to a civic coat of arms from a town in Spain, and people online started to say the word legal. illegal. The elegant vibe did not click. Viewers called it a grab for buzz and quick sales. Yes, items sold out in half an hour, but the stock was tiny, so the sellout looked more like optics than real momentum.
You know, Meghan's podcast has fallen off the charts. She's been criticized for the content. There are rumors that her As Ever launch wasn't as successful as she considered it. Critically, With Love Meghan was not a success.
The spiral kept turning. A do-it-yourself bath salt recipe shown on Netflix may now sit at the center of a legal threat. A Maryland woman named Robin Patrick says the mix left her with serious burns and ulcers. She is diabetic and claims the arnica and Himalayan salt made things worse. She is warning of a lawsuit against Meghan, Netflix, and Archewell for up to $10 million. What looked like a calm day at home now hangs under a heavy cloud, and the pressure keeps building. Claims are claims, but the numbers alone pull headlines.
A lot of people, Meghan Markle was also in the Soho House. They said that she was a girl that was hired to walk VIPs and fill out the red carpets and stuff like that, you know.
They hope to become actresses. They hope to become any type of celebrity, and they will do anything.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
You know, they start their way up. They latch on to the first rich guy or famous guy they get that they meet at the Playboy Mansion. This is their exit strategy. I'm going to marry this man, and he's going to take care of me the rest of my life.
You know, I mean, she used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal.
And now,
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah. Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with the briefcases.
She didn't like being objectified on Deal. And did you think it was an executive position, ma'am?
Go back even further, before the Duchess title, and you meet the oldest whispers. Some online rumors say Meghan worked as a yacht companion at elite parties. Others go further and try to place her near Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she met Harry. People note she was invited to a yacht week in Croatia in 2016, and gossip blogs hint at boat sightings. Here's the key point. None of this has been proven in a court or backed by solid public records. These are internet claims, not verified facts. There is also chatter that she knew much more about the royals before meeting Harry than she shared. That idea keeps the rumor mill spinning, but again, firm proof has not shown up. The loop closes with this. The story keeps growing because the audience keeps watching, and while one spark fades, another one starts. Stay close, because the next twist is already lining up.
Meghan did claim that before dating Harry, she never Googled him, and she said she didn't know much about the royal family.
I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
She publicly claims she did not know much about him or the royals. Yet her old blog posts and a friend's story suggest a long-running fascination with royal culture, perhaps even quiet aspirations. Whether these pieces are rumors, coincidences, or carefully avoided truths, they keep feeding doubt. Each clue nudges the idea that Meghan's rise was not random, but a calculated climb into the global spotlight. The whispers linger, and every revisit of the past deepens the suspicion that none of this happened by chance.
These two never stop going on global media to trash the royal family and the monarchy, and each time they do it, they chip away at the mystique and the magic and the popularity, and that's why I despise them for what they're doing.
They were once framed as bold royal rebels who stood against tired traditions and tried to rewrite the script. Now many see attention seekers using victimhood as a marketing hook, from claims of fake tears to forced titles, from podcast theatrics to questionable launches. Each step feels less about truth and more about steering the narrative. They say they want less attention, yet the books, the big deals, and the fresh brands all yell, "Look at me!" So the question hanging in the air is not about the tears.